Sir, are you doing okay?
I'm making through. The people of Dudleyville are mourning today. It's a sad day in Dudleyville. They're all mourning for the Dudley Diddler, the infamous Dudley Diddler.
Oh God, he's notorious in their community, and
Yes,
even though they have to stay vigilant, protect their children from him every single second of the day, he was a beloved pedophile member of the community, and it is tough for them too. And our hearts go out. I've heard that you have a little eulogy prepared for Cog. I don't know if that's true
I
or not.
do. Yeah, I do have a eulogy.
Wow, that's pretty that's pretty epic of you to send that tribute out to him today, especially today.
Well, we're here to
Uh,
pay respects, so.
well, why don't you take it away, Shamoo?
Okay. Just let me know when you hit play on the music.
I've hit play, but let me restart it. We want to get this queued up. We have to do it right for Cog. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm ready. We're gathered here today to pay our respects to cognitive thought, also known as, but not limited to, Cog the Cuck, Jobless Johnny, the Dudley Diddler, and many other monikers. Cog has been on YouTube a very long time, though his patronage of the site has never led to anyone really ever respecting him. He tried to be a skeptic/commentary channel, though he lacked the intelligence and experience of reading Locke to do so. Cog also tried to be a part of internet blood sports with shows like the Killstream, the Kumite, or Warski Live. But unfortunately for Cog, nobody ever really wanted him around, nor did they care for his input, ever. Though he lacks the respect of his peers and has seemingly no dignity, Cog continued to broadcast frequently, leading to many memorable moments, such as the time Cog was cucked by his girlfriend, and he went on stream to have a breakdown, or the multiple times Cog held up his infamous shit bucket and would vomit profusely into it and or on himself. Or who could forget the time Cog tried to shortchange an artist, who then retaliated by secretly drawing a massive dick in the PFP of Cog's neck. And finally, that time Cog's brother announced to everyone online that Johnny had taken advantage of a 14-year-old, as he lamented the shame of being his brother. Though these weren't the most positive moments for Cog, they certainly were his most memorable. He would then go on to be a puppet for a coin merchant, with a wife that at first and second glance, you would swear was a man. A wife with a forehead so big, you could play tic-tac-toe on it or land a small shipping vessel. Cog, at the merchant's behest, would stream every day for years, about the same topic, covering the same person, to the same 50 mentally ill fans, making up his audience. Minus 10 or so of the merchant's extended, and of course insane family.
Oh God.
Cog is survived by his Indian mail-order bride, and his gorilla, Protector Dan. We send off the cuck that goes by Cog, the diddler that lives in Dudley, and the Johnny without a job.
Reports
Rest in
indicate
piss.
That in the
You
fine
won't be missed.
long-standing tradition of
Press S to
Dudleyville,
spit,
Cogs
chat. Thank you.
That was truly special, I have to say. I like that you
It came from
shouted
the
out.
heart.
I could tell. I could tell that it did, and I like that you know, included some members of his community there, and I'm sure they're going through it today too.
I'm sure they're devastated.
It's hard. It's hard. I saw a super chat going through just as you concluded your heartfelt eulogy there. It was touching, I have to say. Not like Cog, of course, touching children, but it was touching, you know, to the heart, not underage children. Wally had this to say, Shamoo.
Wally sent $3. Reports indicate that in the fine long-standing tradition of Dudleyville, Cog's body will be buried through a table.
Oh God, it's hard. It's so hard. I keep having these outbursts where I just almost burst into tears. Shamoo, you know, this was my number one fan, and he spent so much time covering my works over the years, and he's got his own fan fiction that he wrote as well. And in a way, it's not gonna be the same without him. I don't know.
Definitely. You know, they reached out for comment from Cog's brother, and he gave a quote that was a little bit surprising. He said he was going to go and piss on that beach stealer's grave.
Oh, man,
So I guess maybe that's how they kind of, you know, do things in their family, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, I'm not familiar with the ways of Cog's family, unfortunately. You know, the calling each other pedophile thing and stealing beats. Perhaps it's a memorial piss, Shamoo. Sure, he'll I'll drink some extra pints that day, and it'll be a really frothy piss there on Cog's grave. Now, what do you think his wife will do? Will she? I don't know. We send out our best to her, but is it possible that she will be on a boat back to India? I don't know if she can handle this.
Yeah, I think immigration might also send her back as well.
I didn't think about that. Oh God, she
That's
needed
at least
that.
what I'm hearing.
Oh, I did not think about that. I did not think about that at all. Well, at least the children of the household will be safe now, I
In
guess.
fact, while we're live, it might work. Somebody out there might want an Indian mail order bride. So if you're interested and and you're in the UK and you want to give her citizenship, you might be able to help with that. Somebody out there in the chat.
That would be a way to. I'm sure Cog would want that, right?
I'm sure he would. Yeah, someone to take care of his wife. Sure.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, reports are that he never could really, so that'll be
Ghost
good.
of Cog sent $3 to my great dismay.
Another super
I've
chat.
come to learn Dan will not be taking
No.
care of my wife
Dan
after
won't
my
pick up the
passing.
slack.
The agency will be collecting my wife and she will be relisted in the catalogue by week's end.
That's this.
We can only hope she'll be purchased by a better bloke than I.
Oh, I got a super. Apparently, she's going back onto the mail order bride catalog. I guess they don't let any tragedy go to waste there. I'm not familiar with the company, but it's business is business, And we can only hope, like you said, that somebody else picks up the slack. I guess Dan won't be able to. So, well, now what about Dan himself, Shamoo? I've heard reports that he's already, brutalized several old ladies there in the community, perhaps even his wife. And will he be able to make it? This was his best buddy.
True. All the word that I'm getting is that Dan is distraught. He's walked up to several old ladies and just punched them in the stomach randomly.
Oh God, what it? Oh man, well that's how he gets his feelings out. So I guess we'll have to give him a pass. Ordinarily we wouldn't, beating women in the street, but
He's totally lost now. He was Cog's protector. He was his protector Dan, and now he doesn't know what to do with himself.
Will he be like that dog in Japan that sat there at the train station waiting on his master to return for like 20 years? Hopefully that doesn't happen. We'll probably scare off some passengers there on the railway, but I'm not sure if you're familiar with that loyal dog story.
It wouldn't surprise me if Dan put Cog's shit bucket outside of his door in hopes that he would return.
Here's the Dudley Probate
and Estates Office sent $3. We are pleased to advise the estate of Jonathan Harris has been dealt with. There was nothing for his wife to inherit as Dan owns everything and even Cog's few meager possessions were owed to the Dudley pawn shop.
Well, at least there were no troubles with his estate, according to that report. Shamoo, so that's one thing. At least, he owned nothing and only had the shit bucket, I guess, to his name. And like you said, Dan's going to collect that. And so, sometimes after someone passes, it's kind of a lot of paperwork and estate work. So that's good. Now, how can we keep his memory alive here on the Killstream? I don't want anybody to forget him. Now, most people never cared about him anyway, but perhaps we can, in his death, we can help them get familiar with his legacy.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can take note of what the people of Dudleyville are saying, which is basically that Cog was feared and disrespected, especially near school parks. That's what most of the people of Dudleyville have said, from what I've heard.
Hopefully we can get Elaine on here. She's British and she loved Cog a lot. And I'm wondering what she'll have to say here. Here goes another super chat.
I heard the local primary school is making today a holiday. Dudleyville children rejoice and pray.
He's saying the local primary school is making today a holiday, Shamoo, and that the local children are rejoicing. I'm sure those are tears, actually, not rejoicing, or maybe they're PTSD memories of Cog sodomizing them. I hope that they'll be able to make it through as well. Maybe they could build a statue to him there in Dudleyville. I'm not sure. Some type of proper tribute. It really does need to happen.
Memphis Cemetery sent $3. Hi Ralph, we have received a request from Pajita Puanlu Harris about burying her husband. His last wish is to be buried close to the man he thought about the most.
That's amazing.
He wants his pauper's grave to face the Ralph Mausoleum for eternity.
He wants to be buried next to the Ralph Mausoleum. Wow, that was apparently in his will. I wonder if we could get a hold of his will later on in the show, Shamoo, perhaps. Perhaps we could. Perhaps we could.
It shouldn't be that hard. I don't think there's very much on it. So they could probably screenshot it pretty easily or take a picture and send it through.
Yeah, I'm thinking that it probably wouldn't be that big of an endeavor to bring it to you here on the Killstream. Now, what was your favorite memory of COG over the years?
My favorite memory of COG was probably him throwing up into the shit bucket, and also his long beef with his brother. That's probably my two most fondest memories of COG. Him losing his mind as his brother was going everywhere online and calling him a pedophile.
The dyslexic pedophile beat thief. I'm sure his brother is, reports of the piss in the grave. I'm sure that's just how they do it in the Harrison family. Is there anything you would like to leave us with? Perhaps a little memory of COG, or we just had a couple, but
I think it would be nice when they make his tombstone if they use that PFP that he got tricked into that had the giant dick in his neck. I think most people remember him for that PFP, so it would probably be a good look for the grave. People would recognize him with the giant dick in the side of his neck. So
that's true. It's iconic. It's very much associated with Jonathan COG Harrison. I think that would be appropriate if they could just transpose that right onto the tombstone. They have all kinds of high tech laser engraving stuff now, Shamoo. So that would be good. We'll see. Hopefully a proper tribute is done. I don't think there's space next to the Ralph Mausoleum, unfortunately. So I'm thinking he's gonna have to be buried there in Dudleyville. He's broke too. I would have to pay for it, and I got trips and stuff like that to pay for. I can't really spare the change at the moment. It's unfortunate, but Christmas time, But I appreciate you coming here today to memorialize him. I know that it's a tough day for you too. You followed his career closely, and
definitely.
I want to give you a tip of the cap here, sir. A tip of the COG golf hat, as BPF said. And I appreciate it. And tell them where they can find you in case you do another tribute to COG, or they want to watch some of your other material.
Yeah, you can find me at youtube.com/Shamoo_. And thanks everybody, and rest in piss COG.
Thank you, sir. Shamoo here today, live on the Killstream on a very somber day.
Thank you for watching this clip. This is the CACA Welfare. Remember to like and subscribe.